Oh. You alright, Gav? Don't mind me, I'm just having a bit of a pre-stream snack. I'm eating a pork pie. Well, those mini 4-pack ones from Aldi, in case anyone's wondering. You know, it would also probably be a wise idea is if I started recording as well. There we go. Mic sync. All good. Hey! I'm famished. How are we all doing, chat? Someone's eating a cheese Danish, that's nice. What is a pork pie? It's like a kind of lunch food, I guess. It's like very finely minced pork with, I don't know, stuff mixed in. It's probably some seasoning and whatever, and it's just wrapped in a nice short crust pastry. How are we all doing? Looking forward to some Cursed Trains? It's been a while since we have done this. Okay, I'm settled in now. I got my drink, my windows are shut. So I've been out on a bit of a bike ride. So I'm still a little, I don't know what the term is, but you know that kind of like you're a little tired but you're also wide awake from exercise? That. I'm in that post-exercise lull. What's chat? What else has chat got to say? Can't wait to see what's in store with this edition of Cursed Trains. Want to see more Cursed Choo-Choos. What do you have to drink? Just a glass of water, a little bit of ice in it. More trains and turntables time. Hey, if we see those, the toffee liqueur is ready to go. Speaking of toffee liqueur, I've got my very good friend Amigo here with me. Mike, care to make yourself known?
What was that? What was that transition? Am I associated with liquor? What?
I'm saying
Whoa.
I've got the liqueur with me, and also with me is you.
Oh, I
So
see.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm
That was a
saying that
little bit.
I'm not saying that I'm just alone with alcohol because that's a very depressing image. I mean,
I'm here with my good friend Grey Goose.
the grey galloping goose. Just drink.
Oh boy.
I need to go to Colorado, the Colorado Railroad Museum, meet up with Heist, and we need to do shots of Grey Goose in the Galloping Goose. That's Heist. If you're watching this, I've got plans for you, buddy. We're gonna go places.
Lots
Oh
of
boy.
geese happening.
Yeah, but I thought I'd introduce you because, again, the idea of me sat alone in this room talking to a screen with just liqueur, it's not a very happy image. One sec. Apparently you're a bit loud. Let me turn you down. There you go.
Are we good now?
Yeah, is that good person who said Mike is a bit loud? I've turned you down, so don't.
I
For,
have been
for the love of
lowered
God,
in volume.
I'll say, for what love of God, whatever you do, don't mess with your volume because otherwise we're going to be here for another hour getting the settings right.
Just pulling up the chat. I'm just pulling up the YouTube so I can see chat. I wish there was some way to just like, I don't know, some kind of API where you could just see stream contents but not the video itself. I feel like that'd be really useful.
There's probably like a plugin or something for that. Someone's made it for streamers.
There we go. Right. Hello, Chad. I can see you now.
Also, I've finally had to download a plugin to deal with Google's nonsense. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, if any of you use Google when you look something up on Google, like at the top of the search results, it's that bloody Google AI thing pops up, and it says, "Well, here's the answer to your question. No, I want a website with the answer to the question. I don't want the AI." And so I tried.
You're eating a small rock every day? I think it might solve your problem.
What?
Have you not? What?
What?
Have you not? That was the thing. That was the meme that was going around about like Google's AI thing. Is like somebody asked it a question and it suggested that you eat a small rock every day.
Is this like the? Is it like the shooting yourself with low caliber bullets to build up a resistance? Or like drinking?
It might be. It's just Google AI being dumb. I think it also said to put glue on pizza.
So if you eat a lot of like, if you just eat like one pebble a day,
You'll gain a resistance to rocks. I guess
you'll gain a faint resistance. You can go up to like, you know, like those big chunks of stone you have on like gravel driveways. And then you can start eating bricks.
I was thinking you just get resistance to like being hit with rocks.
I was about to say, so next time you're like rock climbing, if you were to fall off the cliff, like the rocks wouldn't do any damage
You'll
to
just
you.
bounce like a dodgeball.
Yeah, you ever dropped like a tennis ball off of like a sloped roof?
Yeah.
You just roll and you start bouncing, and it's like a car. All those videos of people rolling like car tires down a steep hill. They go over a little bump and they start bouncing and bouncing until it's like 20 feet in the air every bounce.
Oh boy. It's exactly like that. And you can quote me.
Boy, eating rocks is a very good way to start a video stream, whatever this is, about cursed trains.
You know what else eats rocks? Trains. When you think about it, I mean,
I guess you're not wrong. It depends on whether or not you classify coal as a rock or a fossil.
I think it's a rock.
Because some places it's classified as jet, which is like another word for the kind of stone. I think it's a different kind of coal, but it's still coal at the end of the day. You can just polish it. But like, it's still made of organic matter. Otherwise, it wouldn't burn. It'd just melt. You know?
That's a good point.
So it depends on whatever you consider coal to be, because it's either, in a lot of regards, it is a stone because it breaks like a stone. It's got the texture of stone, but then at the same time, it's made of plants. There's a plane flying overhead. Shush. My windows are shut. I shouldn't hear you. Anyway, I guess it's like there's the thing where it's like there's technically no such thing as a fish.
I do know about that.
Where it's like for the audience, essentially, fish is a culinary term. It refers to like sea creatures in a food sense. Like, but if you were to study like aquatic life on like a biological level, like a catfish might have more biologically in common with, say, a rabbit than it would have with something like a shark. But both are considered fish, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I see your point.
Or if any of you
Anyway,
have, I'm about to say, if any of you have Dropout, watch Smarty Pants, because one of the speeches someone does in that is there's technically no such thing as a vegetable. Vegetable's also a culinary term. There are roots, there are leaves, there are berries, but there's no such thing as a vegetable.
indeed. I'm trying to think of a good way to tie this back in the
Oh,
trains.
I'm
but I
trying to
can't.
tie this
Let's
back.
let's just look at the trains.
Segue to trains. Trains, they transport vegetables.
Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what about trains?
harvest.
Vegetable.
Harvest
Let's go.
seasons, they transport vegetables like rhubarb. Is rhubarb a vegetable? I don't think it is.
I don't know. I don't know what a rhubarb is.
You don't know what rhubarb is?
I've heard the word before, but if you told me to think of a rhubarb, I wouldn't know what to
It
think.
it's kind of like I don't know how to describe it. Just look up a picture of rhubarb. It's a great big leaf, but it's the stem that you eat.
Oh. All right.
Also, the stems also grow like really long, and it's good for like puddings and desserts.
Big weird leaf. We love it.
Don't eat the leaves though. The leaves, I don't know if they're poisonous or they just like really bad for you. The stems are fine, but don't eat the leaves. You know what else eats leaves? Trains. That's what
Hey.
eats. In some places they do. Oh gee.
Let's look at a train.
This is a problem when me and Mike don't talk for a while, is we both have things we want to discuss and speak about. But we never... But then we stream together, and so we want to talk about the things we want to catch up on, but we also have a job to do in streaming.
Exactly. We have a responsibility to show you these weird and awful messed up trains.
Like this thing!
Oh.
Let me zoom
It's
in on
the...
It's
First of all,
round.
small. Second of all, those are the lids to like a crock pot.
Oh, it does. It looks like it's made out of like kitchen pots. What is it?
Yeah, it's a fun ceramic.
I'd also like to point out, I think the idea is that this is some kind of locomotive. And I don't know if these round things on the sides are just like decoration, like some kind of streamlining, or if they're meant to be wheels.
I believe they are wheels.
Well, my concern is, if they are wheels, this looks like a steam locomotive, so the boiler would have to be quite small up at... Hold on. The boiler would have to be quite small up at the top here. So then a lot of this, like, basically from, like, this grey band downwards, is just nothing but the mechanics and the gearing for the wheels.
Robots are looking machine over here.
It really is robots looking. I think the bigger concern, though, is if these red things on the sides are the wheels, they should be... They'll be grinding against each other.
Yeah, this artist has not taken into account the sort of perspective of the thing.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah.
That's probably why it only costs 15 cents.
That's true.
15 cents? The artist hasn't even got one. Way! Oh my god, there's
another
more.
one. Oh, larger. Oh, hello. This is the stand mixer. We've got the crock pot. Now we've got the kitchen, the stand mixer.
It's the stand mixer, but it's also got all these balls.
On me transporting my orbs.
the train that ponders the orb. There's all this is.
No, it's for the fish. It's a fish tank.
Me waiting for my delivery of orbs to ponder. Also, can we take a moment to appreciate that it's got these like two saxophones at the top here? Like what? Is this thing just going to play a little bit of like light jazz?
A little bit of Dave Brubeck as it. What in the world even is supposed to be the radio tube train? What does that mean?
Well, it's train. And it's
Where do
clearly
what do the
built out
radio
of...
tubes do? What?
Clearly, the radio tubes... these
Clearly,
two
you
pipes...
never.
These two pipes at the front here absorb sound, and the vibrations go through the radio tubes when they spin the wheels. Clearly.
Oh, of course.
I expect more. You're a learned artist. What the...
Whoa.
This isn't a train. This is a boat.
Oh, that is a whale.
I...
That is a weird
This shouldn't be in...
whale thing.
This shouldn't be in cursed trains, but I'm allowing it because it's with the rest of these. What is this?
October 1936.
What is this one-piece looking ass
Oh,
sea slug liner?
it does look like a One Piece thing. Oh my god.
It's because it's got like a catamaran looking thing here where you've got like these two kind of mini hulls at the sides, but then what's the giant ball in the middle for? Is that like
What?
just a big flotation device? Is that for luggage?
I think it's meant to be like an Archimedes screw. Like that's a giant cylinder, and instead of a propeller or anything, it's just doing that. But what gets me is the little bow at the front there. You can see with the flag on it.
Yeah, what is the point of that?
Because if this thing is functioning as it's meant to, that's never going to be in the water. You don't need a bow.
What?
Oh my god.
Also, this window here implies that you can stand here. Look how thin that is. Why would you... That can't... You couldn't use that to hang a coat in. As like,
Standing accommodation only.
you could probably... if you stood in that gap there, with your back against the wall, your front would be up against the window.
This is... This is awful. Just awful.
I'm trying to remember what is it they say? Little John worked 10 years as a garbage man and saved up all his money to buy a house, but it turned out to only be 2 square meters. So now he's going to use some galvanized square steel to expand it.
Someone in chat said the sloped deck leading down to the flag is just deliberately designed to kill whoever's doing things on the deck.
It really?
No, you're
yeah,
right.
because it's pointing downwards.
All right, man. Whatever you do not step on the banana peel that we have placed directly in front of the sloped downward deck in front of the giant screw propeller of death.
No, Mike, I just realised it's got a black outline and a little black nub at the end here, and it's yellow going across, implying that this is one big banana peel at the front. You step on that, your ass is going in the sea.
Oh, God.
Let's move on, because before we... Oh, this gets worse!
Oh, the caterpillar! The hungry caterpillar.
Why has it got these
It's
coat
got
hanger
cannons.
aerials?
It's ready for battle.
Oh my god, wait, 95! It's Lightning McQueen!
Oh, it's even red and yellow and
It's
everything.
red and yellow! Ka-chow, motherfuckers! We got Lightning McQueen here!
It's got 2 coat hangers on top of it.
It just points at... What is with that?
I think those are meant to be like either pantomimes or no,
Pantomimes?
pantographs. That's it.
I was about to say
They're
pantomime.
doing pantomime on top of the train.
Has anyone seen the driver? He's behind you. Oh, no, he isn't. Oh, yes, he is. They start throwing sweets to the passengers.
It's either pantographs on top or giant sort of weird looking radio antennas. Is it?
It's like...
It's got...
Have you ever made a TV aerial out of an old wire coat hanger? What I'm saying is that, like, at some point, this is remote control because it's not got any windows at the front. So what's happened is the radio antennas are broken off of it, or like they got mashed off in like a low hanging branch or something that's knocking them off. So they walked to the nearest like convenience shop, bought some wire coat hangers, and just screwed them into the top of this thing, and it's got it going again. Oh god.
Well, okay, this actually does make a little bit of sense though, because look, it's got conical wheels. That's the thing that like what the Shinkansen did. You know.
It's what all trains have. It's how they go around corners.
True, actually, yeah.
Because the axles are locked together. On a car, I think they're differential. So when you
on a car you got a diff, but on a train you don't have that. So in order to do that, the train has to have conical wheels, so that when you go around a train, it can kind of ride up on one a bit more, effectively increasing the diameter of the wheel, allowing it to turn at function technically the same speed as the other wheel, but because the diameter is changed, functionally it's a different speed relative to the rail, and so you can in fact turn. It's pretty clever stuff.
Someone's saying read the text at the bottom.
Is aerial warfare doomed?
Well, I was about to say a crewless freight train. See page 87. So this is a freight train.
Oh, it is remote controlled then.
It's meant to be a remote control freight train. Which, sure, though, it just makes it easier to rob. Also, is aerial warfare doomed?
In 1934? I don't think so.
If anything, we're just getting started.
Yeah. That's oh, I wish.
The RAF has other opinions.
Oh, it's another monorail.
Okay, a goofy monorail is something I can understand a bit more.
It looks kind of like the Planet Express spaceship.
It does.
Futurama.
You know what? It does. This is one of President Roosevelt's hobbies, apparently.
Well, I suppose there's worse hobbies to have.
Well, it's a gyroscopic monorail. Which implies... it's got two propellers at the back, which implies that's how it moves forwards and backwards. But the fact it says it's gyroscopic implies that the rails are what's like... On most monorails, the car or like the locomotive is designed in such a way that it not only grips the top of the monorail but also the sides as well, because that's where it gets most of its traction from.
Yeah, but this one is you've just got a little a bit of just lead pipe that this train is just kind of.
What it's got is it's currently balancing on two empty spools. Is what it's balancing on. I don't like
that. I would not trust to be on this train.
If that gyroscope fails, that thing is falling off, and those propellers are... they're going to make a mess of anyone below. I'm just saying now.
Oh, no. Why does it got a headlight? Because surely, like, you're going to be up that far. You don't need a headlight. Nothing's going to be on the track, apart from maybe a bird. Well, what's a bird going to do? Look at this thing.
If the bird, you're right. Actually, if the bird doesn't hear it, it's the bird's fault. Oh boy, let's keep going. Oh no! What the hell is this?
The wobbly mobile.
Okay, this just has to be. This just has to be like a visual demonstration of scientific principles. There is no way someone would design this and think this is practical.
Imagine being on this though. Welcome to getting the worst seasickness you've ever had from a train.
Well, no, because if you look at it carefully, if you look at it carefully, I think the way it's designed is like even though these things are going up and down, if you look carefully, they also come in and out, and because these are conical, like as it goes up, it also goes outwards, which implies that it'll be further along on the tip. And on the other side, it should be either lower or the same height and further away. So, hypothetically speaking, it doesn't matter how high up or down these goes, as long as they go outwards when they go up and go inwards when they go down. It shouldn't wobble left and right.
Well, I suppose, but I mean, look at it. It's tilting. And
it's tilting. So whoever's designed this, not only thought up the idea of how it could move, They also thought up how it could go wrong and are demonstrating why we shouldn't use this system at all.
Coffee service on this train must be awful.
Oh, could you imagine just the woman coming down, or the man, the host or hostess,
The steward
the
or
steward,
stewardess.
the attendant.
The
Sorry,
attendant, that's a good word.
sorry. This it's 2024. I shouldn't judge, but just the attendant coming down the aisle with the trolley. It's like tea, coffee, snacks. Do you do hot chocolate? Yeah, I can do your hot chocolate. It'll take a minute. That's okay. And they roll the trolley down. Because every time I've ordered a hot chocolate when I've been in first class, they've never rolled the trolley down. Or every time I've ordered something off of it, they always like park the trolley in like a little cupboard at the end of the train and then come and bring it to me because it takes a moment to make the drink. But I'm just imagining they go, okay, I'll bring you a drink in a moment, and you just sat there wobbling back and forwards. They walk towards you, and you're going on a straight path. They set it down. Anything else, sir? No, thank you. That'll be all. And they walk
I
off.
don't know what's funnier.
You
The,
crack
the
crack
image
the lid.
of
Crack the lid. You put the drink to the lip to your lips because you always take the lid off because you can never drink it properly when they've got that crappy little plastic sippy cup thing on the top. And then suddenly you just get rocked right, scalding hot chocolate poured all over your face. You are in the ER as soon as you get off at the next stop.
I don't know what's a funnier image. The idea that you described of everything going terribly wrong, or the idea of just like the steward, like the train is wibbling around, the steward is somehow always perfectly upright. He hands you the coffee, and as you go down, the liquid, like as a cartoon, just like comes out of the coffee cup, and then it meets it back in the cup as you go back up.
It's like you've watched Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
Yes.
You've watched
No.
No? Well, for
No.
anyone who's watched the first one, like, you know how Jack Sparrow is always like wobbling around. But when he's on the boat, he's got perfect balance because he's been on the sea so long that when he's on dry land, he's used to constantly having to correct himself on the boat, so he's constantly wobbling when the ground is still. But when he's on a moving surface like a boat, he's perfectly steady. That's going to be what's going to happen. We're going to have a bunch of railway employees going about their daily life, and you're going to say, excuse me, do you work for the railway? How can you tell? And they're just wobbling backwards and forwards.
Oh dear.
Oh, God.
What's next?
Next. That's...
Ooh.
Okay, that's a bit more traditional.
Um,
I don't understand why you'd put the driver's view behind the propeller.
oh, it's just like an airplane.
Because you gotta
An
look,
old
you
airplane.
gotta look through the propeller, which it's not ideal, really. I'll be honest with you.
The Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, but it's just sort of advanced.
You know what? It is a very hot dog shade of red, isn't it?
We the Wienermobile has proven to be an inefficient form of transport. We must create the Wiener train.
We also got to put a great big fuck off propeller on the front just to make sure that no one stands in our way.
Oh God.
I always find it hilarious when people always try and like drive things other than planes with propellers. Because like propeller powered cars and propeller powered trains never work because as soon as you come to a slight incline, that propeller's not going to get you anywhere. It's just too heavy. That's why you got to power the wheels.
I think where this comes from is that for a little while, trains were mostly held back by propulsion technology in terms of sort of speed and ability. So for a while, you could get a lot faster with a propeller. But as you said, there's no real sort of torque to it.
Yeah, it's
But yeah, it was the sort of like it led them to think like, well, if there's going to be a fast train in the future, it's got to be a propeller because that's the quickest thing we have at the moment.
it's like
Anyways, this magazine is hunting for the secret of life itself, and it covers with the hot dog train.
hunting for the secret of life. Hot dog. You know what? Actually, D-Man, he's not here right now, but he left a donation earlier. I think he left $5, and he said, "Here's some hot dogs." And I guess this is a sign. We should have. Thanks, D-Man. Ooh,
Ooh, welcome to Six
okay.
Flags.
Okay, cable cars. This is. Wait a minute. Hold on, there's a car in that cable car. You're seeing that, right, guy? One second, let me zoom
I
in.
am seeing that, actually.
You can
A
see
cable car ferry.
a cable car carrying. Oh, what is it? A cable car carrying a car. What?
It's like a ferry, but but if
It's
only there was some way to get cars over great expanses of land.
in fairness, though. In fairness, this is a big river here, so it's implying it's
If only there
taking.
was some way we could build a road over a river.
It's not like bridges have been invented yet.
It's-
It's not. It's not like there's one in the background there. It's not like bridges. Also, see page 666.
the oh, steady on.
I shouldn't have gasped like that. I was trying to do like one of those like dry, scary horror gasps.
Oh my. Look at this thing. I honestly, this is actually really dope. I would want this to exist. It's cool.
It's very like World of Tomorrow-esque, very colourful.
This gets my vote.
And I also love that you can see steam and smoke pouring out of like the chimneys of big ships and like some factories in the background. So even as nice as this place looks, the air is not breathable.
Mm.
Oh my
Oh.
god, it's a magnet.
Magnets drive high speed. Oh, wait a sec. This is just a maglev.
It's maglev, but more.
Does it have? It doesn't. It's like a what?
Here's the thing: how much electric would this thing use to keep all those magnets on?
Oh, it would use a lot of.
It would use so much power.
There would just be lightning coming off this train everywhere it goes.
You wouldn't want one of the cables to break and like ground itself through one of these metal pylons.
Oh no.
Like, this
So
guy's got his donkey. He's looking at it and he's thinking, God has abandoned us for
so we're trying to say
creating
this is oil gun but train.
It is though. This is how those like electromagnetic rail guns work.
Oh god.
It's just a load
This
of
is an
magnets and a
awful
big metal
idea.
ball. Okay, finally, the most normal-looking trains here.
We've got like the top of like a 1946 Coupe de Ville on top of this sort of cheese wedge here.
You're
Actually,
right.
no,
Actually,
it looks more like an iron.
it's just a big clothes sign without the handle. There's just this regular like Santa Fe looking locomotive next to it, just doing a regular passenger service, and then there's this, which is just a wedge. And you are right, like if you were to crop around the cab area here and like just
would
show
just be
that
a
on its
car.
own, it looks like there should be someone. The rest of it should be attached to a car. Hell, it's got
Also,
two guys at the front here, one in the passenger seat.
Also, notice that the artist did something a bit sneaky. For the realistic train, he's drawn it. If you look at the curve of the carriages, you can see where it's not like a perfect curve because carriages are just straight bits of metal. It can only approximate that. But with the fancy future train, like that, you can't.
It's
That's
a
too smooth.
curve.
It's
You can-
too smooth.
If you look carefully, you can actually see the carriages bending.
Exactly. You've got weird banana-shaped carriages here.
Do you see banana train?
What else we got? Starting in this issue. Oh, okay.
Oh, so go on.
I was just gonna say, working with plastics. Ooh, surely that won't have any issues in the future.
I can't think of one. It degrades eventually.
It'll be fine. It's the wonder material.
So just working with plastics. I've been watching a lot of like classic Doctor Who recently. I've had it on in the background while I've been playing Railroads online, and I found a list on Reddit of some of the essential episodes of Doctor Who, like classic Doctor Who, you need to watch. One of them was Spearhead from Space, which is the introduction of the third Doctor, John Pertwee. And it's just reminded me the villains in that were I think, Autons, which are just people made of plastic. They're just living plastic men. And now all I'm imagining is, starting in this issue, working with plastics, and reading that, my mind instantly just cut to these mannequins with gun hands roaming the streets shooting people. Also, if anyone's not watched like Spearhead from Space, that like the introduction of John Pertwee as the Doctor, it really establishes John Pertwee as a person because he's so unhinged. I love it. There is just straight up a shot of him, like, I think he's in hospital at one point, like because he's just regenerated, and like he's being kidnapped. He's in a wheelchair and they're wheeling him into the back of an ambulance, like. And as they're about to get him in, he quickly just grabs the wheels in the wheelchair and just frantically starts rolling forwards. And, and like, there's just this shot of him like going like 20 miles an hour down a hill in a wheelchair. It's so stupid. It's so unhinged, but I love it so much.
Oh.
Oh god. Oh boy. Let's load. Oh, hello. One of these is not like these. He's just got like one really small shoe on. Like,
it's like, what is it? You have, was it the image of someone like walking back with one high heel?
He's got like one clown shoe and one high heel. Actually, if you lean back and squint a little bit, it looks like a classic American tractor.
Oh, no, I can see it.
Yeah, because like they've got the big wheel at the back, the tiny wheel at the front, and then the long parallel body. It's like an old John Deere or like an old Ford Ferguson.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
It's stupid, but I like it.
Silly train, but I think it's nice. I enjoy it.
This is like putting the spare tire on your car. It is. You ever seen someone who's like put a spare tire on their car and like the tire is slightly smaller than the rest of them?
Yep.
It just looks so goofy. But it's missing its textures. They've not applied the textures properly.
Now the LOD hasn't loaded.
Oh, hello. D-Man is here. I'm in Florida waiting for my friends. I thought I'd drop in for a minute. Also, I turned 21 3 days ago. Happy birthday!
Congrats.
You're in your 20s now, mate. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah.
It doesn't get much better, I'm going to be real. Happy birthday! Let's keep rolling.
The phone box.
It's really confusing because this looks like a passenger tram, but it's too short. And
so
also
small.
it's got like the black and yellow industrial stripes on it.
This looks like like Eraserhead, like the David Lynch film, where like the entire world in that film is kind of just like dark and weirdly industrial. This feels like something that would come out of that, or the Half-Life games. You know what I mean?
I can see this in something like Half-Life 1.
Yeah.
And I'm very upset that you reminded me of Eraserhead, because I've been doing my damnedest to get that image out of my head ever since I watched that movie. The baby in that movie it haunts me.
I love it. I love that. I love it. David Lynch is awesome.
David Lynch is a nut.
He's so old now. It's sad.
Mike, I hate to tell you about this, but there's this thing called entropy.
I know.
The passage,
it's awful.
the ravaging the ravaging flow of time comes for us all, Mike. David Lynch is no exception.
Anyways,
The only exception should be Sir Ian McKellen.
Oh, we were talking about tractors before.
Oh, the perspective on this is really weird.
Is it Oh no, it's a tractor with train wheels fitted onto it,
Yeah,
so it can become a train.
It's a tractor with locomotive wheels fitted on, but also it's hard to tell if it's like in front of, like the perspective is weird.
Yeah.
Because there's tracks in front, and it's obviously not on these front tracks, but I don't see any like tracks kind of behind. I might just see the tops of some tracks there, so it's implied that it's on tracks. But is it on the same tracks that this big hopper is on? And also, what is this great big bucket like magnet arm attached to? I think is it attached to the tractor?
I think that's what it is.
I think that's the point where it's attached to the tractor. So this is a really it's too flat. There's no depth, so it's really confusing.
Is it like what like a Canada arm attachment for the tractor?
It's just like, I guess it's just got like a sidearm grapple attachment thing. It might be.
Ew.
It might be. Looking at like this big flat thing here, it could be like a hedge trimming thing. I'm not kidding, because there's growing up in rural England, some of the farmers on their tractors, they could have like essentially a big hydraulic arm like this. It would be a thing you'd hook onto the back, and it'd be like this big rectangular thing, and there'd be these two grinding things, I guess. You just adjust the height and you drive slowly along the road, and you'd have it up against the hedge, and it'd just trim the hedge for you.
Ah.
So I'm guessing it's something like that. Either that or it's a mechanical claw. An evil mechanical claw.
My evil. My claw.
My evil. Oh,
Oh, hello.
it's the dingus.
the dingus mobile. And it's got a stereo output. Look at that. Headphone jack.
It's a very big headphone jack. Or maybe, actually, maybe this is just really small, and that's like a rubber plug, and if you pull that out, there's a USB-C connector there.
You know what this looks like? This is giving like those like old like early trying to say it correctly. Bombardier like snowmobiles.
I kind of get it. It's like if you put like a bit of a flatbed on the back and a plow on the front, it'd look a bit like a snowcat.
Exactly. I love those little snowmobiles.
It does look like the cab off of something that's just been put on wheels. And I'd like to point out, it's not even on rails, it's just on two chocks of wood.
It's been put in timeout.
There are no rails around. I think this has just been put in the forever timeout zone. It's been put on the no-no track.
Oh, it's like that. What is it? That fire bomber train, airplane. Somewhere around my town. It's just been put up in a park.
They do that sometimes, though. Like they take old planes and park them in places, or they do it with old trains all the time.
Yeah. Also, I just realized I said fire bomber plane. I meant water bomber plane, a firefighting plane.
I thought like you were saying fire bomber. I was like, oh, that must just be like the classification of it.
No, it's a water bombing firefighting airplane.
It's one of those things that like it like dives into a lake, opens the trapdoor, fills with water, closes, and flies over where there's a big forest fire and dumps the water. It's portable rain. Whoa!
Oh, what are you doing up there, pal?
Whoa! This is what I see every time I look up, like... Every time I go into the Railroads Online Discord server, or every time I, like, look up a YouTube video of how someone's like, oh, how did you get into, like, the mountains to, like, reach the coal mine in, like, this map on Railroads Online? It's just a great big, like... trestle like this sticking up in like 20 feet up, It looks
Yeah, can you
goofy as
send the fire
hell.
department? There's a caboose stuck up in the tree.
I tell you what, this would be an amazing prank, wouldn't it? Because I think. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, chat, because I'm not like the most knowledgeable. But because like there are some freight trains that would go all night, or like they be going for like hours at a time, maybe like going for like maybe a day at a time. Like some cabooses had like a bunk in it for you to sleep in. I like the idea that a guard or like not a guard, it would be a conductor, I guess, because it's American. A conductor was asleep in their caboose, and someone just thought, "Hey, I know it'd be a great idea. I got a great prank." And they just parked it on here, broke off the tracks, and left him.
People in chat just say that Clarkson.
Hammond. No, what was the? It was the Top Gear one where was it Burma where they're driving the lorries, and they've got like James is sleeping in because his lorry has a crane on the back. He's got nowhere to sleep
I
in.
was thinking the exact same thing. They put his tent out
And they
over the river.
Clarkson! What happens when you fall asleep at the sleepover? That's all them. Oh boy, even. Oh no, it's more of these.
Oh, I love these. Oh, we have the little wing train.
Why has it got wings?
What?
What are the wings for?
Oh my god, remember that picture you sent me? It's just like the albatross is the bird. He goes flap flap flap. He is the bird.
Oh god.
I think
what's
maybe
going? I'm trying to figure out what's going on here at the front. Hold on, let me zoom in for the folks at home. But like,
computer enhance.
is this a rail going into the top part here, or is this just something sticking out the front of the train? Because either way, both are very problematic.
I think the idea is that it's meant to lift the train off the tracks slightly to reduce friction, but that's a terrible idea.
Because you need as much friction as you can to get the train moving in the first place.
You kind of want to keep your train on the tracks. It's pretty bad when they come off, especially at speed.
They don't like going off the tracks.
It's unhealthy for them.
Some do, but it's like feeding your dog onions. It's not good for them, no matter how bad they want it.
Miniature Chrysler-built streamliners in the Detroit Zoological Park garden. Oh,
those aren't
this is back when Detroit was still inhabited.
I want to know what happened to these, because these are actually like really cool.
Those are really nice. I like them.
Because these are just like, I'm trying to gauge the size of that track. Maybe 2-foot track, you're looking thereabout. Maybe 1.5 foot. Not big rails by any means, but like these are this is like narrow gauge touristy tracks, maybe 15-inch gauge, who knows. But like these would have been actual functioning steam locomotives, because you can build them to this sort of scale, and they've obviously just put streamlining on it for like a decorative thing. So I want to know what happened to these and if these were real. Well, they probably were if there's a postcard of them.
Chat, is this real?
Whoa!
We've got to get back to the future!
Marty! We need to get back, Marty! Oh, Doc, I don't think this is a good idea! I love this little thing on the bridge here. How far can a locomotive jump? I'm going to be honest with you, not that far. Like
oh no.
From the looks of it as well, it looks as if this train has gone in a straight line and has not dropped off. Like it's not started.
It's going at an incredible speed.
It has not started to arc downwards, which implies that this thing has not just hundreds, possibly in like 4 digits. We're talking 4-digit miles an hour here, Because, like,
We hooked up a rocket to this train.
they are... Oh
Oh
my god.
no.
That... Is, that that's
Uh, mm,
feasible. It's not... It's just weirdly streamlined. You see the wheels
yeah.
sticking through the streamlining here. For some reason, they left holes in the streamlining for that. Don't know why. It's not awful. The next
You know, they
war
sell
at
these in
sea.
Walmart now. It's a bit controversial, but I don't see the problem.
God damn it.
It's- oh,
Hey, you need to.
trains if trains were actually wood.
You, you need to put the. You need to put those on.
No, you gotta.
You need them on wheels, mate. You need wheels,
Nah, be
mate. Where are the
fine.
wheels?
Nah, be fine.
No, you need. No, you need. Look, it's carved grooves into the sleepers as well. It actually has carved grooves into. Hold on. No, that's not what I meant to do. But no, what am I clicking on? Oh, whatever. If you look carefully, it has carved grooves into the sleepers. So,
They're following the tracks as well instead of just going taut in a straight line around that curve and just hitting that guy in the face.
yeah, like it's the. In fairness, though, the tracks they're rounded and the tracks are raised just enough that they would probably settle in between the rails. But like,
Uh,
I don't think there was ever a logging railroad that went out of their way to carve grooves into all of their sleepers enough that you could pull logs like this, especially with no wheels. £10 says you can't find a mouse train.
I'm sure we could find a mouse train.
I mean, we've seen a lot of tiny trains on this before. Is it a train for mice, or is it a train styled after a mouse? You got to specify here if there's money on the line.
I love this kind of like Art Deco-y sort of future-y look.
Train composed of mice, as in it's made out of mice.
Ugh.
Well, that would be the most horrific train in the world.
I don't want the mouse trains.
You know, the New York subway has its.
The atmospheric railway
God damn it.
turns into a homogeneous paste.
We just. How about a train for mice? Yeah, okay. Let's keep cracking on through. Oh, whoa!
Ooh, hello.
Toy train gets laughs, but does lots of work too. How? Turn page and see.
I don't want to see.
I don't want to see what that. I don't want to see
wanna
what
look
kind
at
of work that train is doing.
Oh no.
That's not a train either, because if you look at the wheels, they kind of look like car tires. So that implies
no.
this is a car that someone's driving on the road. If I saw that going down the road, I would just start immediately walking in the opposite direction.
The face. Its face.
Oh no! It's the fact that the mouth is
Slightly.
slightly. It's the fact that the mouth is slightly open and there's no teeth.
Hey, kids. Time to ride the fun train.
All aboard, kids!
Oh, no.
You want to get on board the fun train, don't you? Hop in the carriage. I'll take you someplace fun.
Okay, let's move on. Let's get out of here.
You don't like the fun train voice.
Oh, the crab.
The crab? Yeah, why is it designed like a crab? What is this?
But here's the crab. At Six Flags amusement park, it's on like a roller coaster track here.
Oh my god, Mike. Have you ever seen that one Tumblr post where it's like, no matter what you do, if you want to ever make like road or like transport more efficient, you always end up with trains.
Oh, this is the cartoonization.
And then if you leave a creature to evolve for a long enough period of time, it will evolve into a crab. Here we have something that is both. This is the pinnacle of engineering.
Once again, we are at the One Piece sort of period of technology.
Again, what is it with like propellers and this thing being like sat on like two spools? Because
I mean, at least it has a second track.
at least
For
yeah, this one's got
stability.
one for balance. It's like the Trig monorail.
Oh,
Oh,
oh, oh dear. Okay.
this is a boat and a
User.
monorail.
Oh, what's the what?
Pick a lane.
Why is it doing this?
Pick
Why would
a
it make
lane.
this?
Like,
Oh my lord. Also, you gotta love the like, the what is it? The like Art Deco, like Rockefeller building kind of thing going on with supports there.
yeah, it really does look like the Empire State Building holding this thing up. Art Deco
Did
for
you know
the
the
win,
Empire?
though.
Did you know the Empire State Building was built with a train station at the top?
It's the initial goal was to have a great big monorail going all around New York City. For some reason, it didn't take off.
Anyways, you got
Further,
mechanics handicraft.
further construction of the monorail on top of the Empire State Building had to be halted due to damages caused by a giant gorilla.
Ultra modern armament. Oh, this
It's
is
an army train. It's
artillery
designed like a
trains.
warship as well because it's got like the turret on the side, and it's got like, it's pulling a big turret here. Which I don't think you could fire that gun while the train was traveling. Do you know how much recoil a naval gun has?
Yeah, no, you're gonna fire that. If you fire that at any angle other than like perfectly perpendicular to the rails, you are that car is immediately like
It's going
physics.
over.
It's Gmod glitching like bung dunk and just kind
Half
of
of
flying off.
it's gonna do that thing where like some things in Gmod do, like the turret is gonna like clip into it at an angle, and like the carriage is gonna clip into the floor at a 45-degree angle, and like they're gonna be like violently vibrating. Someone's gonna walk up to it with a crowbar to try and like pull it out the ground. They're gonna touch it and just get immediately ragdolled and flung like 200 yards.
Exactly.
Oh dear. Okay, we're back at the start. Let's keep going. Huh. I think this
can
is
go
meant
in
to be a
both ways.
hybrid of British Railways and an American locomotive. I don't hate this.
I like that the logo becomes a little instruction. It can go this way or that way.
Oh my god, I've never actually noticed that.
What?
It's never occurred to me that they're both arrows pointing going one way and the other. That has never occurred to me. I have been doing this job for 3 years.
Oh.
How has this never occurred to me? I just thought it was like it was meant to be the tracks and just the points connecting them. It never occurred to me that those were like arrows. I'm never living this down.
We're learning things today.
It's called the double arrow for a reason. I didn't know it was called the double arrow. Okay? I'm way more interested in
perception check.
I'm way more interested in steam locomotives and steam locomotive liveries. I don't care much for British Railways and models and modern stuff. So I've never really taken into consideration the double arrows. All right? Look, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real. I'm getting close to the microphone, so you know I'm being honest.
We're doing ASMR now.
I'm being genuine when I say this. Guys, you need to understand. I'm a fucking moron. Okay? The fact that I have gotten this far in this career, it genuinely astounds me. Now
Oh,
now I understand why every now and then I get severe bouts of imposter syndrome, because someone will say something to me and I'll be like, oh, that's common knowledge, isn't it, among a lot of rail enthusiasts? I should have
hmm.
known that. I really should have known that.
It's all right, Todd. You know, for what it's worth, when I was in the UK, I don't think I've ever once seen this logo. I don't even think they use it anymore. And I mean, besides, I wasn't even taking like
No,
British
they
Rail.
have this logo on train stations.
Wait, they do?
Yeah.
Huh.
If you. I guess because you were in London a lot, and when
Yeah,
you
I was
came.
I was mostly around in London, yeah.
I guess because if you're around London, like, you would have been taking the tube anyway, so that's a different logo for that.
Hell yeah,
But, like,
tube.
if you were to, like, walk around in public and you're looking at street signs which indicate which way a train station is, it will have, like, the red double arrows.
Oh. No, yeah, you're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah.
You,
Because
you
when I was making my way up to Euston, yeah.
yeah, now you're seeing it. Now you're seeing
Now
it.
I see it. Now I'm remembering it.
Oh
God, I
god,
fucking
someone's gonna
love
clip
London.
this, and this is gonna be all over Twitter. This is gonna be all over the rail forums. Someone's gonna make a YouTube video, and, like, guys, train of thought is a fraud. And
Train of thought situation is insane.
there's gonna be someone someone needs to someone needs to Photoshop a moist critical like video title where, like, it's just him talking to the camera, and the title of the video is "The train of thought situation's crazy." Oh god,
Oh man. God, I miss London. It was so cool.
London's a shithole, mate. Anyway,
London rocks. What are you on about?
I live in England. I have the right to say it. Oh my sweet fuck,
Ooh, shiny lad.
that's
I shall ride to Valhalla shiny in chrome.
the thing is, as well, is this would work.
So
I'm not even kidding, because this is
what exactly am I looking at here?
so you see these. Okay, I'll use this one above, this Union Pacific above.
Yes.
Essentially, if you were to flip the locomotive around, so the smoke box part of the front was facing the tender, and so the cab was at the front,
Oh.
there were some locomotives, I think used by the Southern Pacific, which were cab forwards.
Oh, I see that now.
And obviously, because they burn oil, they could do that. So they have oil and water in the tender, and they'd have a pipe going all the way under to the firebox, which would be here, pumping the oil in to keep the fire going, and you'd also have the water going to the boiler as well.
Hmm.
So essentially what you do is you just 180 the locomotive and drive it backwards, but because it's liquid fuel and water to power it, like, the only reason the cabs are at the back is so you're next to the tender where the fuel is. And because it's a liquid fuel, you can pipe it from one end to the other.
But wait a second, isn't there such thing as like an auto tender or something like that, where the coal is just kind of zooped into but with like a little machine?
Yeah, the auto stokers. But again,
Exactly. Why can't you just have the cab forward and let the auto stokers do the thing?
well, you can only do it with a liquid fuel because of the distance.
Oh,
An auto stoker basically uses an Archimedes screw, and you need to essentially feed the coal in from the back where the cab is here. It needs to go from
oh,
here
I
to
see.
here.
So,
So if you put there to there, you basically have a hole in the front of the firebox, and you'd also have this great big Archimedes screw going underneath the entire length of the locomotive, and that's way more in the way than it needs to be.
I see.
But hypothetically speaking, you could just fit a modern diesel cab to a cab forwards steam locomotive. You'd still have to leave the smoke box and the chimney at the front here.
You're
You couldn't
just like
split it out.
hiding the actual crew in this little sort of fairing here, while like a fake crew is just in the front cab.
No, that would be the actual crew at the front. You could actually drive it from the front.
Oh.
You just either look it up or watch my video on it, because I did a video on it like a year and a half ago. It's hard to explain without like proper visual demonstrations, but you'll understand.
Oh, okay.
Let's keep going. Oh my god, it's a boy.
Oh, it's the train for mice.
There we are. Who was it that was betting we couldn't find a train for mice? We found one.
Oh, that was my favorite bit of like, what is it, Stuart Little? Like the bit where he what is it? He flew like a model airplane. I always thought that was really cool. I remember as a child, I wish I could be tiny enough to fit into a model airplane and fly it like that.
Nah,
Because that would be
for
pretty
me,
cool.
it was the end of The Witches, the movie The Witches, the original. I still prefer the books. I still way prefer the book. That's another conversation for another day. But it ends with, the little boy gets turned into a mouse, and him and his grandma go back home to America. And the grandma, like, to help the kid get around the house, the grandma's like set up, little like strings and pulleys near the tables and whatnot, so there's like a little lift that can pull him up. And to get around the house, I think at the time Lego had like a monorail thing. Like you'd have to look it up because it's old, but it's like this long grey plastic track, and it has like this bit that stuck out, and it was like mesh surface along the side, like a geared mesh surface along the side, and so you could have the locomotive you buy with the Lego set that had like two essentially gears pointing downwards that would lock on either side of this rail, and so it could climb up steep grades and whatnot. And he just had this little Lego train going like all around the house and up the stairs, and like there's a shot of him as a mouse like with the controls driving it along. I wanted to see that. I wanted to have that set, and I wanted to be tiny so I could drive that.
Why can't I be him?
Why can I not be him? I'm envious. Although you should have stayed as a mouse at the end of that film.
Green.
Westchester? Oh,
Worcestershire.
it's got the Ferrari badge on the front.
What?
Why it's got a
Ferrari
Ferrari
train.
badge on the front, I don't know. Not cursed, just a weird livery, I guess.
I dig the green.
It's
I like it.
the green suits it. I don't hate this. I don't hate this.
This is definitely like a model train. You can tell by the grass.
You can tell from the fact that it's also a model.
Yeah.
Because when was the last time you saw a building with a seam? When was the last time
You'd be surprised.
when you saw an injection molded building?
Ooh.
No, don't, no. This wouldn't work. This would not work. We're not doing this. No.
Sit down with this sort of thing.
Be ashamed. Oh no, it's stinky.
Oh.
My favourite beat bash of my favourite beat bash of more than a dozen. The porch turbine, a porch being essentially a small veranda, loco fuel tender made from bashed whatever from my spare parts box. That is so dinky. I can't hate that. I just can't hate
like
that.
it. I think it's kind of neat.
Is a tiny boy. Here's a tiny
You gotta
boy.
appreciate the tiny boys in your life.
Okay, and oh god, more of these.
Another propeller.
It's another propeller.
At least this one looks a lot more reasonable.
It looks a lot more reasonable. For some reason, I guess these are two rails here, but from the looks of the wheels here, it's got
The
rails
wheels
on
are
either side.
No.
Why has it got
You're so
wheels on the
close.
side?
You're so close to having a normal train. Why'd you put the wheels on the side?
The tugboat, for its size, is the most
Ooh,
powerful craft afloat. What else we got?
Oh, it's got a little. Okay, no, this looks like a dog train. This is giving
I
like
totally see
dog
it with
vibes.
with like a cartoon dog where like you got the rounded head here
Exactly.
and the way this sticks out.
You got the snout.
It's got
little
dog energy.
puppy train.
It's Dog Man.
The puppy train. There you go.
Have you seen the trailer for that new
I
Dogman
have.
movie by
Well, I haven't
DreamWorks?
seen the trailer, but I've seen clips of it on Twitter about people talking about it.
Like, just watch the full trailer because honestly, it looks goofy as hell, but the animation in it is so clean. Like, legitimately amazingly animated. It looks so stupid, but I love it.
Why
Also,
does this
yeah, why are there
train
three
have
pantographs?
its triphase, I suppose?
It's
Why
got,
does this three-phase electricity directly into what appears to be a radiator coil, just in the bottom here?
is this thing powered by magnets? Because it looks like it's powered by magnets.
I think those might be magnets.
Because it's got like a little rail here, and then down the middle here is a big flat sheet of metal. So it's implying that it's probably something to do with magnets.
Cool, interesting little magnet train.
Water, air, fire, dirt, fucking magnets. How do they work?
Oh, oh? Um,
Those are just
what?
tin cans.
What are they supposed to like split in half or?
No, I think these are like individual carriages that can like be disconnected. Like they're individual pods.
Oh, that's just like an electric multiple unit, or
Yeah,
something of the like.
it's just like a multiple unit thing.
Yeah, that's
This
just a
is
normal train.
this is the most normal absurd thing I've seen so far.
Yeah, no, they literally have this in like a lot of places, like mostly in like East Asia or whatever. Like it just trains, elevated trains. They have this in like Chicago.
Yeah,
This is fine.
people are saying pods, but it's like, well, it's implied that you can see the lines here, and
Get in the pod,
this
eat the
picture
bug.
implies that each one of these is an individual unit. So,
No, but you see, they're personal rapid transport pods because that's more efficient to give everyone their own bloody pod.
oh god, what is it?
Ugh.
There's a video
Uh,
actually I wanted to watch at some point on stream or with an audience. It's by I think it's Mike something. Like it literally,
Hi.
or is it Mark something? The channel is called, I think it is literally called Mike something, and he does breakdowns of a lot of these like tech bro, like libertarian ideals things. Like there's this one like tech bro startup thing, Adam something. That's it. Like there was this one tech bro startup thing, and it was meant to be like, hey, we're gonna buy a cruise ship and we're gonna turn it into like a mobile country, and we're all gonna like,
No.
and like we can mine crypto there, and like there are gonna be no laws and regulations
No.
to
If
tell
that
us what to
happens, I'm
do.
becoming a pirate. If that happens, I'm turning to piracy.
Yeah, and they bought the cruise ship, and then they kind of realized, well, hold on, it's got to be registered to a country. It has to have a country it hails from for like legal reasons.
Actually, that's a question, right? What happens if if what if they just didn't do that and went out to the sea anyways? What would like because it's international
They'd
law,
have to
which means
go.
they
They would
can't
have to
do
go.
any.
He does a good breakdown of it, but essentially, you have to at some point go back to land or go back to port to refuel and take on stock of food and water and whatnot and supplies. And then they were like, well, that would mean we've also got to. Everyone has to sort of chip in to pay for the common good of the boat, for like repairs and
You
food and
you've
whatnot.
made socialism.
You
You've
you
made the
create
socialist mode.
so almost as if you'd have to, I don't know, tax your residents, like. Or I think there was another tech bro thing where it's like these pods that would like you'd live
The
in,
pod.
like these pods that you'd live in that were like they'd have them off the coast, and like
Oh
you'd be surrounded
no.
by the sea, and it's like, well,
No, I think I've seen this one. Yeah, these dumb little floaty pod things.
yeah, and like I think they built one illegally off the coast of Thailand as a like to prove that
Oh, of course,
it
Thailand.
would work, and then the Thai government immediately went, "Oi, take it down, or you're going to be in trouble." And so, I think I think the same day they did the video to promote it, they all quickly jumped on a boat and fled. And like a couple hours later, official like I don't know if it's the military or like some government official of that nature arrived arrived on a boat, moored up, and like took custody of it, and they tore it down. But
Taking
essentially,
your dumb thing.
point being, to get it back on topic, Adam Something did a video on this supposed tech bros have supposedly reinvented the train. I've not watched his video because I want to go into the video description, find the like links to what he's talking about, and like give a look at it, because I want to see firsthand. Without his input, I want to see firsthand
What is wrong with this? Because it's not going to work. Whatever
what
it
these
is.
tech bros have come up with that's going to be way more efficient than a train.
Anyways, the image here we've got sort of what I imagine is like my little when I was a child, what I would imagine my little like city patterned rug on the floor was, with all my dinkies on top of it.
What, just traffic backed up as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, I would just lay out all my little toy cars, my little dinky cars, and just kind of like just have them there, and it would look kind of like this. Anyways, we've got that, and we've got what appears to be
which,
an
you know what,
airplane.
that doesn't look too bad. I mean, it doesn't look like it has much support, so I'd be very scared about one of these thin support beam wires snapping.
No, don't worry, it's all under tension. You see, it's steel wire is very strong under tension. It's compression you have to worry about. So as long as the train is there, we're fine.
As long as there is constantly a train pulling on the wires, we'll be fine.
Every other time, there are no guarantees.
In the winter when it gets cold and they sort of like compress together. Oh, I think we've had this one before.
Oh, the sort of like we gotta balance you sir need to sit on this side to balance out the train.
Also, you're going to have like a platform on either side, aren't you?
That's true. Actually, yeah.
Because like, it's not like a modern train where you've got a door on either side of the carriage and it doesn't matter what side the platform's on, you can just get off regardless. There has to be a platform on either side. Otherwise, you get to your stop, but there's only a platform on the left side and you're in the right side carriage.
You know what this reminds me of? Right, when I was in London once, me and my friends were trying to get from where we were. I think we were in no, we were in Leicester. We were catching a movie in Leicester, Leicester Square, and we were trying to get back. No, we weren't in Leicester. I think we were east of the river. Whatever. The point is, we were somewhere and we were trying to get somewhere else, and we ended up using somehow. I think the what is it? The grey line on the tube map. It's the something in City line, not the Hammersmith in City, but it's a dumb little tube line that only has 2 stops. It goes from one place to the other and back again. It's meant to be like a shuttle, and my friends, right? I and one of my friends got on that train, but the other 2 missed it, and so they were stuck at the train station. Oh, that's right. We were going from a train station, so we got. You know how some train stations have a tube entrance right on the platform, so you don't even like, you don't go through the station. You just go directly into the underground. Waterloo and City line. That's it. Thank you. So we got off the train. We went to the Waterloo and City. We, half of us managed to get on the train. The other half were kind of left on the platform. So we because the train only had 2 stops, we thought, well, we'll just stay on this train, and the line will just sort of go back to where we came from and pick up our friends. So the train, went to the one location. We stayed on. It went back. And then we got out of the train, and it was the exact same platform, but it was mirrored. Because it turns out it doesn't stop at the same platform at the train station. It stops I don't know. It just stops at a different platform that is the exact same but mirrored. It was the most confusing thing I've ever had. We had to go back through the turnstiles onto the platform, go back down the tube entrance just to get to the same station again. It was weird. That is just a bizarre line.
Wild.
Uh,
This is why I
yeah.
avoid London.
So, don't bro me in chat. It was a weird thing.
Speaking of weird things,
Oh, hello. Yeah.
I I love that it's just got one propeller sticking out. This looks like a submarine that would be used in like a TV show aimed at children ages 5 to 7. Let's go see our friends on the flying submarine. Bom 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 bom, and it's just like a little song starts playing.
Oh no. This looks like one of those like 1920 like in in the 20s when like airplanes were becoming a thing and like people were kind of getting ahead of themselves and designing these massive giant like 14 wing airplanes to like this thing will go across the Pacific. And it's like it just looks like that.
It's like a blimp.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's the most goofy looking thing I've ever seen in my life. I think we've
This
seen.
meanwhile, oh, this train fucks.
I
Okay,
think we've
this
also
rocks.
seen this one
I,
before, but like, how
yes,
big,
yes,
how
yes.
wide would the track have to be? The track would have to be at least like 15-foot gauge. At
Double
least.
broad gauge. Just yes, yes, yes,
Broad
yes.
gauge is like 5 foot, like 5.5 feet at most.
Quadruple broad
This is
gauge.
quad broad gauge.
You'd have like yeah, no, 5 tracks, like just a bunch of tracks all right next to each other for this. But yes,
I love
yes.
as well that this is just straight up, like, in here, this is just a full-on apartment complex.
We've got a
It's
lounge area. We've got a boudoir, a
There's
drawing
a
room.
bedroom here. There's a bed there, there's a bed there. This bloke here is sat down in his chair. That, I guess, from the figure, that looks like his missus has come in. They're having a bit of a chat. There's these two dapper gents here sharing a bedroom.
They
There's,
were just friends.
they're,
Just friends.
they're just friends. They have to be just
Exactly.
friends.
They're just good friends.
Well, here's the thing, though. Because there's a cutout section on this wall here, right?
It'll get pretty cold.
Well, no, right, okay. So, there's a cutout section on this wall here, and looking at it, on the other side of the wall in this room, there is a bed. So there's a bed on, like, towards the front of the train, and there's a bed on here on this side of the wall. Because this is a cutout segment that's designed to show what's in this room, is there a bed here in this room? So there's a bed on this side and there's a bed here where this cutout segment should be. Or is there no bed? There's only one bed in this room, and these two chaps are there having to share a single bed.
I think they were just friends. I think they were just friends.
They're just two bros,
Just two
two bros chilling in a
bros.
bedroom, 5 feet apart, because they're not lovers.
They're just friends.
They're
It's
just
fine.
friends.
Don't worry about it.
Don't think about it. They're just friends. Hey!
Oh, this is the yay!
Got a
That's
tree!
the one.
It's the one they have an island. Oh my god.
Look, so close.
You said Scotland, didn't you?
I did say Scotland.
Ah.
Whoops.
Like oh my god.
I do like this thing.
This railway was abysmal.
I love it.
It's got charm, don't get me wrong. But like, my favourite story that came out of it was, because it's only a single track they've got traction on, it doesn't have much friction, so it struggles on grades. And apparently, a bunch of local kids nearby to the railway, their favourite pastime was buying a bar of soap, rubbing it on the track, and then watching trains try and climb the hill.
I suppose that was the only entertainment you could find in 1872.
Pretty much, I guess. But like,
Hey, Oliver, do you want to go watch? Do you want to go soak the rails again? Oh boy, do I ever!
why are they Cockney? They're from Ireland.
Because do you want me to do a fucking Irish accent?
You're doing one now.
Yeah, it's not a good one though.
Penny, do you want to go watch the trains go by? It's not that special, are they? Oh no, I got a bar of soap. What are you gonna do about
Now
soap?
you're talking.
I'll rub it on the tracks. I can't climb the hill then. Why do you want to stop that? Be funny. That's your right. Let's fucking go.
Prank him, John.
Prank him, John. Oh my god.
You know, if only there was some way to get a boat from one place to the other.
If only there was a way.
This is the Thunderbirds. We are moving the entire Empire State Building using like 4 rails and a ham sandwich. Oh no, it's all gone wrong.
This is some You're right. This is some Thunderbirds ass. And yeah, why is it still in water? How many thousands of tons is that adding? Surely you can put it in dry dock while you're transporting it.
Why would you do that? No, well, the boat's got to be in water. That's where they're meant to be. So we just put the water on the train and the boat in the water.
Look,
and
if
we
we don't have water for the boat to be in, if the boat isn't in its habitat, it'll get scared and it'll try to scamper, and it might it might come out of the wagon, and God knows what will happen then. It might start rampaging through the city. We can't have that.
Imagine just being a passenger on this boat.
Being a boat in the water in a train.
I'd feel robbed if part of my boat trip was on a train like this. I mean, I paid for a boat. I would have gotten a train if I wanted a train.
Can I also say they have to have a lot of faith in like the sealant use to make sure make sure this doesn't leak.
The plot for this episode is that it is starting to leak, and it's starting to, it's threatening to flood a nearby town and also drop a boat on it.
Yeah, it's like
they've got to come in and rescue it.
It's what it is it's like it's I don't know, it's too steep for a lock. If you know, it's like they can't have any locks to take it from. Or they can't dig a canal and a lock to like take it from this high up lake to this lower down lake, or from the lake to the sea. So they have to, build this railway because it's like a steep grade railway. But then the train breaks down and we're stuck here. What are we gonna do? Well, we're just gonna have to tell the passengers they're gonna be late. And there's like the scene where like the maintenance guy is like doing a routine check, or like he's walking around, like, hey, the water level's looking a little bit low. And he goes to see, like, and he finds a leak, and he realizes that, I know, the circuit's fused or something, and if they don't repair it in time, if Thunderbirds don't get here and with their, like, magical super sci-fi welders and weld this hole shut, it's gonna, like, burst open and flood the town.
1872, was that before the Panama Canal?
When was the Panama Canal done? You're right, actually.
Was this, like, their proposal to sort of, like...
Look, lads, I got a plan. Someone says 1910, 1915. So pre-First World War, then, is what people, I think, are saying the Panama Canal was dug. I would Google it, but, like, by the time I've looked it up, someone in chat would have corrected me, so...
Oh, my lord.
Legit, this is...
No, but imagine if the boat sprung a leak then.
Oh, could you imagine a boat capsizing on dry land? Could you imagine filling out the insurance
She's
form?
going down! Just like the captain on the bridge, just like saluting as the ship's going down, but it goes down like 2 feet. And it just like...
You see where like the black paint goes to white? Like it's slowly going, and it just reaches that line, and suddenly, dunk.
Dee, 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 dee. The ship, like the band is on the deck playing.
There's a
Dee,
there's an
dee.
officer, like people are piling into the lifeboats. There's an officer with his gun out. Women and children first.
Firing off distress rockets.
Oh god, let's keep going because we
Oh.
can't keep doing this. What is this duck goofy looking at?
Ah.
I don't like it.
It looks like a robot face in the front.
I
Like
don't
where
like
that
it.
little bolt is, and like the bit that's his jaw, and that's where it would hinge to sort of go up and down when he talks.
Now I'm squinting. Low key like the Iron Giant
Oh, you're right.
because he's got like the rounded dome head, and he's got like the big
You
like
are
jaw
not
on
a
a hinge.
train.
You are not a train. You are
Where's the
what you
train, Mansley?
choose to be.
Where's the train?
That missile is targeted on the train's current position. Where's the train, Mansley? I love that movie so much.
Oh.
Me and Train of Thought's roommate, well, ex-roommate, we quote that all the time. Like, we just keep riffing on how much of a dork we hate Mansley. Also, what the hell is this?
We've got a green boy here, another green boy.
This is an American locomotive, but it's given a British Great Western paint job. Which
How many? It's it's green.
it's not awful. It doesn't suit it, but it's not awful.
I feel like we've had to say this before. Like weird, like
Liveries don't bother us too much. This, on the
yeah,
other
we're fine with
hand,
it.
I'm not too keen on.
Silly. That's silly.
Silly. What? Oh my god!
What, the images just keep
this
getting
is
smaller.
tiny.
Why?
It's a train with a face.
It's got a hat.
It's hair. It's a haircut.
Oh,
And it's got
the
glasses.
John Oliver train.
This probably is like some kind of insurance advert or something.
It's
Either that, or it's the intro to a awful kids TV show.
rum, but a train.
Looks like something you'd see in a Tally Hall music video. Yeah, I see that. Whoa!
Is that a gnome?
Oh my god, there is a gnome on the front of the train.
We got fucking gnomed.
We've been gnomed, guys.
I
Stream's
can't believe
over.
it.
Stream's over. We've been gnomed. We can't keep going in these conditions. You expect me to keep talking when I've been gnomed? Hello, me old chum.
I'm not a gnome.
I'm not a gnoblin. I'm a gnome.
I'm a gnome. And you've been gnomed.
Bang.
Anyways, what is this thing? It's a model train, obviously.
It's a model, but like, it's weird. The cylinder's pointing upwards, and it's got this.
You've got the train. It's the wrong way round.
You've got the orientation incorrect. The thing is,
Someone's just held the blueprints sideways.
The thing is, though, this conceivably could work.
It would work. Technically, there's no reason why trains can't be this way.
You've got the
It's
right
just wrong.
hinge. You've got. I think the only problem is you've introduced like more moving parts, which is never a good thing on something mechanical because it means more things to go wrong.
Exactly. The ideal mechanism is one with no moving parts. It just does nothing.
I mean,
okay?
I guess
It does not move at all.
The most ideal machine in the world is a brick.
Exactly.
But like, I think the only issue would be is with the cylinders. It would just be like build-up of water in the bottom of the cylinder.
I was going to say wear and tear as well, because it's always sort of punching downwards, with gravity.
Yeah,
I'd imagine that it'd be slightly driving the train. It'd be slightly exerting some downward force from the wheel into the tracks, and over time, that would sort of like wear things out quicker. Whereas in the horizontal configuration, it's pushing forward and the wheel is rolling, so it's not, pushing up against something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
could work hypothetically, just not practical. This
Oh,
again, another cab forward engine. This one though,
it's made out of that plastic from like the late 1990s, that fake silver. I,
yeah, it's
I
like
had a
that
TV
grey
made of that.
fake silver.
Exactly.
Is it weird to say that I can smell this picture?
No, you're right.
Like you can smell the plastic, and like
Yeah.
my granddad gave me an old like Triang train set. It's got like an old LMS Ginty with the British Railway livery on it, and like you've got to oil it, and when that runs, you know the smell of like hot oil, like electric and hot oil. That's what it
Yeah.
smells like when it moves. I can smell this, and also plastic.
Mm, tasty.
Delicious.
Oddly unique.
Oddly unique. I
What
think
makes
these
it
are just
unique?
weird liveries. The front of this is weird.
It's shaped like a boat.
It
Yeah,
is
like
boat.
like one of those yachts.
It is yacht wedge shaped, but I'm fine with this.
I like it kind of. I like the wedge.
I think. No, never mind. I thought it's just an oil tanker. I thought this black part here was a weird rounded part on the back of the locomotive, but no, it's just an oil tanker with this rake of cars
Hmm.
behind it. Honestly, that's fine.
Yeah.
And we're back at the start again.
Uh, the
That is
ants.
an aggressive cow catcher.
I was about. That's not a cow catcher. That is a cow killer.
That is
It's a
you
cow
could
stabber.
you could impale someone on that.
It's a shish kebab.
What I love as well though is like you've got this cow catcher here that's designed to move things out of the way. If you're stood on the tracks, I wouldn't be worried about the cow catcher because you basically have this knuckle coupler here, which a knuckle coupler is basically a giant sideways metal boxing glove.
It was a-
So this thing trundling down the line, you've just got a metal boxing glove that's going to just pound you, going
It's
at like
got
20 miles an hour.
it's got the little Hot Wheels like booster section of track next to it. Look, with that big
Oh
wheel.
yeah, like that spins really fast.
Exactly, and then
You,
the tray goes. Pew!
what you can't see is to the right of this image, there's a great big like yellow loop de loop. I also love that it's called the ant.
Just a little ant.
He's just a little fella.
I like him. Look at the horn on the top. That isn't a wooga ass horn.
No, you know damn well that you press that horn button, you like pull the lever or whatever to honk the horn. All you're gonna hear is like the skeleton doot.
Oh boy.
Oh
Oh. Oh.
no,
Um. What?
don't like that.
Why does it look like it's made out of stucco? It it has the texture of plaster
It does
on the
look.
boiler there.
No, here's the thing. This looks like you know those like 1950s like stop motion animated films that would come out of America.
It's made of clay.
It looks like it should be a foot long, made of clay, and on like the set of an animated film, but it's been blown up to full scale.
Oh no, like a Rankin Bass. Like you know how Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and sort of like all of the everything is very sort of like flat matte colors. And
That's what
that.
I'm on about. That's exactly what I'm on about.
Exactly. Wow. And that one big wheel.
There's gonna be a chap. There's gonna be a blue chap with a driver's cap on there. He's gonna come waltzing out, going, "I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr. Snow." Also, I can't help but notice there is no flange on this driving wheel here.
Don't catch your arm in it.
It's completely flat.
Just be careful. Just don't go near it and you'll be fine.
Also, it doesn't look like this connecting rod is connected to the cylinder. So if this wheel turns, this stick is just going to start poking the ground every couple of feet. It's
It's just a little line drawn in.
That
Oh,
is.
Welcome to the America train.
I wonder what country this picture was taken in. The thing is, though, this is okay. The one part I don't like is just they've got this... They've put the name of the railroad and the number of it in, like, Times New Roman on the side. And it's just... Huh.
The stripes are bad.
Oh my god, it's back!
The Waffle House!
There's a Waffle House! Someone tell me where this Waffle House is located, so then I can easily find this place.
Oh,
it is my duty. I will go to America. On my bucket list is to go to America. I want to go to New York. I want to go to, like, Chicago. I want to go to Colorado, so I can go to the Colorado Railroad Museum. I want to go to San Francisco, because I want to go on, like, the cable cars there. And on the way, I need to find this caboose, and I need to eat at this Waffle House. My only hope, though, is it's not in, like... I just hope it's either on the East Coast or the West Coast. I hope it's not in rural America, because if I show up to rural America and I say... Oh, hello, how do you do? I'm going to get shot because they think the redcoats are invading again. It also won't help that I will be wearing a redcoat uniform the entire time I'm in the country. So part of the blame will be on me, I'll admit.
I'm not even sure they'd even let you through security if you were wearing that.
I think I've been there. It's in Jackson, Tennessee. I'm on a mission. Aww.
West End Auto Sales. Oh, I like that.
Is this just an auto dealer?
Welcome to my humble abode.
I think this is just they use this as an office, which is fair
that
enough.
makes sense. Yeah.
If it's an auto dealer, they probably use this as an office. I do like that. In order to, like, not wear out the wooden roof or have to constantly reseal it, they've just got a load of, like, metal roofing and nailed that on instead. Which, you know what, fair enough.
Yeah.
And we're back with the end. Let's keep going. The tender's powered.
It's
only a booster, it's fine.
Why would you... What? But...
Horsepower.
Mate.
Horsepower. My kingdom for some horsepower. I think we had this one on last time.
Ooh, it's got a chain drive, just like my bike.
This is a steam locomotive that's converted into a diesel.
Oh.
So R.I.P.
That's weird.
It is really weird to look at. Oh no!
Oh.
He just wants to look up. And has paid the price.
Oh.
Yeah. If this was like a real full-size locomotive, you know when you like crumple like a tin can, like a beer can or a Coke can, there's a certain sound it makes. That's the exact noise that happened when this bent.
Crinkly little... Oh.
It was just a little fella.
Little guy.
It's got the European double arrows. I remember what it was called. Oh my god.
Bachmann G-scale.
Bachmann G-scaled locomotive and tender home built. That is...
Wait.
It says Flying Scotsman on it, but it also has 7498, which is not the Scotsman's number.
Wait. Hold on. $40 starting bid. $115 shipping.
Oh my god, you're right. Where are they shipping this from? The South Pole?
The shipping costs are just... that's everything on eBay nowadays. My
this
god.
This is the most cursed looking thing I've ever seen.
Ugh.
Why is the running board so high up?
Paul.
The smoke deflectors are so far forward. Like, the boiler is parallel and then it tapers at the front. It looks like it's got a hunch in the boiler. The cab is so... Oh my god, this is... I kid you not, I could build something better out of the contents of a Pringles tube.
This is
Give
pretty
me a
embarrassing.
Pringles tube and some rubber bands. I could make you something better looking than that.
Oh my god.
Art is my passion. Oh no.
Why are they all... Oh no. Somebody stepped on them.
Either someone stepped on them or they've, like, melted. Like, someone's put these in storage in, like, the attic or something. And they've, like, left it near, like, a hot water pipe. Because those have, like, melted and warped. They're not necessarily broken.
Just...
Also, they are hella dusty.
Why? I was thinking maybe that dust is, like, painted on to look like that, but no.
No, that's, like...
No.
Now, both of them are dusty like that. You wouldn't... A clean streamliner engine like this, you wouldn't weather in the same way you would weather something like this, which is a freight locomotive, which rarely would have been cleaned in service. Santa Fe
like,
bullet train.
I was about to say Shinkansen. Look at that.
I think that... I'm looking at
What's
that.
it?
Is
This
that...
photo is just like you know those memes as like, you know, America if X happened. This would be, you know, America if I don't know, trains happened.
America if they actually kept using trains instead of destroying the entire railroad industry by building highways.
One can only dream.
Oh,
Canadian Pacific is here.
are you ready to rock? Are you ready to rumble?
This just reminds me of the time I went to a monster truck show with my dad, and it was pretty disappointing.
I remember seeing monster trucks in real life for the first time, and I was kind of disappointed because, like, you have this image in your head that they're really heavy, so when they drive over something, it'll crush it.
Yeah,
They're really lightweight. They're really bouncy.
That was the thing. I was like, I was waiting the entire show for the monster trucks to go and like crush a bunch of cars or something, like in my video games. But I think they just landed on one car and it didn't even crush it. It just kind of, just like dinked it in a bit. Most of the show was a motorcycle guy, which was actually impressive because he was doing backflips and whatever. But
I'll be fair,
you know,
though. Some of them are like, when they like really good, when you see a professional monster truck driver, when they like do a hard turn, they roll it onto their side because the wheels are so big it balances sideways on the wheels. Then
I've seen that.
They floor it and they start like doing donuts on their side.
I've seen that. That is pretty cool.
It's incredible. What I really enjoy is, I was talking about it with my friend when he was last here. Tractor pulling, those are fun to watch.
Ooh.
Because, like, have you ever seen tractor pulling, like professional tractor pulling?
I caught an episode of like Junkyard Wars where they had to build the tractor pulley thing.
Essentially, like, there's the machine you have to pull. It's this like long, I can't describe it, but it's this long metal thing. There's a weight on it, and you have to pull it a certain distance. And like the weight, there's like a cab on it. The weight slides forward, so like
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's basically, okay, viewers at home, imagine like a trailer from a truck, and there's a weight on it, and the weight is attached to a rope, which is attached to the wheels, which as the thing is pulled forward, the rope pulls the weight from over the wheels, where it has the sort of least amount, it's exerting the least amount of force onto the ground, further forward, shifting the center of mass towards this big sort of just like screw off metal bar thing. And as it gets further forwards, of course, the weight is shifting further and further towards the bar, increasing the effective resistance, onto the tractor. And because it's hooked up to the wheels, it increases. So the farther you go, the harder it gets to pull the tractor.
Yeah, basically that. But if you've ever seen like professional tractor pulling, you think, oh, it's tractor pulling, and someone's gonna pull up in a John Deere and like a modified John Deere or something. You can't recognize these as tractors because
these are like some weird,
they look like drag racers
racing.
because they have massive wheels at the back, tiny wheels at the front. Some of them have like, I've seen some of them. They have like two like giant V16 tractor engines bolted to the front. The noise they make is biblical.
I think the meta is if you go fast enough, you want to go faster as opposed to just putting out more force because you can just get further quicker.
You've got enough momentum to keep
Yeah,
going.
exactly. You can momentum the weight, and if you get up to enough speed, you can use that. So these do end up just being big dragsters going incredibly fast, pulling a giant heavy thing.
Just look up tractor pulling on YouTube. It's so impressive. My favorite video though, it's of a traction engine doing a tractor pull.
Oh,
This is like a giant, one of those like giant American traction engines.
4 quintillion horsepower.
No, like here's the
Not
thing.
horsepower, like pounds of torque.
Yeah, like
Low horsepower, high torque. That's it.
Traction engines, they don't have a lot of speed, but they just go. You hitch up something to it, and it will go. And like,
why is that?
it's
Like,
just.
what makes them more torquey than other forms?
I think it's the gearing of it. I think
I mean,
it's.
I thought it was like the steam aspect because if you have an internal combustion engine, right, it goes bang, and that's how you get the force eventually moving out. But like there's only so much fuel you can put in. There's only so much energy you can have in that bang. If you have a steam engine, the pressure just keeps building up. So if the piston isn't moving, pressure's going to just keep building up until either it explodes or that piston moves.
Well, here's with a traction engine, though, it's the gearing as well, because essentially the way the wheels work is you have a cylinder powering a flywheel, but on the other side of the flywheel is a very small gear. That small gear then turns a larger gear. So
you got that force multiplication happening.
So if the cylinder isn't moving if the cylinder's moving very fast, but it doesn't have a lot of strength, it doesn't need a lot of strength, because as long as it moves this tiny little gear, this tiny gear can then move the big one. As long as it's got enough strength to spin the small gear, it'll have enough strength to move the big one. That's why they get the torque from.
Exactly, because gears are essentially just like a bunch of levers in a circle.
A bunch of gears, a bunch of cogs. Anyway,
Exactly.
I've seen a traction engine do a tractor pull. Look it up on YouTube. There's a couple videos of it. It is a fountain of sparks coming out the funnel at the front. Straight up, that thing caused like at least 3 wildfires. It is amazing. Is this meant to be a video or a GIF?
This is a coffee grinder.
This is.
I think.
I don't know what this is, but let's move on.
This is actually the train from Robots.
This is the train
it
from
has
Robots.
that front of it, yeah. And we've got like a nice little wooden roller coaster in the background. Look at that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Huh.
Okay, Grant O'Brien.
I don't know how to feel about that, but
Why? Oh, this is weirding me out because the gap, it's too long. The gap is
it needs a dentist.
a dent. It's on its wheels.
Yeah, you gotta get braces on it to put the gap.
Oh,
right.
it's gonna get braces and it's gonna pull like these
Yeah.
front cylinders back and these back cylinders forwards, and, like bridge the gap a bit.
Exactly, you need Invisalign.
Oh god, my retainer doesn't fit anymore, which that's annoying.
Oh. Yeah, you've made a bit of a grade error here. Gunk.
Could you imagine going along in the train just, ladies and gentlemen, do hold on tight. Dung, 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 dung. Okay, you may go back to your seats. God.
Oh god, imagine if you were caught in the washroom when that happened. Oh no.
Oh no!
No.
Oh god! If you're in the back, oh, that'd be awful. Hang on a
Another
second.
boy.
Wait, hold on.
It's been it's this image I at first I thought like it's an image that's been mirrored.
But no, it's not mirrored.
No.
It's not a diesel, it's a diesel.
These years.
It's a
Sirs.
diesel.
Swoosh right in.
Watch me swoosh right in.
Swoosh.
Oh, I have a friend, and every time I say that, they cringe. It's a magical power to have. It's like knowing someone has like a certain tick, and by saying it, you can just instantly make them crack up. Like, it's the most amazing thing. Like here with you, Mike, I could just lean into I go pee pee poo poo, and then suddenly it's stitches. It's stitches.
Don't do that.
What, you don't like it when I go pee pee poo poo?
Not at all.
Nah, never mind. That works on one of my mates, not on you apparently.
Anyway, we've got an auger. We've got a ski little.
He's got a screw. He's screwing around.
Good for him. How lucky.
Where are the tracks?
Where we're going, we don't need tracks.
Also, the fact that this thing is on skis as well, I wouldn't want to be on board this thing when that screw mechanism inevitably fails. Or,
all aboard the Alpine Express.
How long does it take you to go up the mountain, mate? I'd say about, in this sort of weather, it'd take us about 2.5 hours to get to the top. Okay, and how long to get back down? 5 minutes. Oh. Jet-propelled monotrain. This single
You don't
rail
need a
train,
jet. You are already going downhill. I'm
about to say, that's cheating.
It's jet powered, mate. Trust me.
It's jet powered. It's just someone at the back going like that. This single rail train of the future is propelled by steam jets. There are vents on the floor. It's steam blasting, right? Special condenser rails prevent steam from shooting out from beneath the train. So it's levitated on a cushion of steam.
No, the hell it does not. Look at that.
Stop cheating. I'm done cheating. Oh.
Whoa. This looks like
Maglev test vehicle. Oh.
Oh.
I think I know what that's from.
I was about to say, the jets on the top of it remind me of that, like, Soviet jet train.
Oh, the lab.
Yeah.
The rail lab.
The silly thing.
They only built that so they could test different bogies for carriages. Like, it wasn't ever a passenger locomotive. They only did it so they could take, like, the axles off, put a new design on, and see like, how smoothly that went. But it's one of those where it's like, okay, we can't just hook this up to like we can't have a train pull this. We need to know how it rolls on its own speed. But we can't have like a powered.
We can't put a motor on it because that'll interfere with the thing.
It'll interfere with the results. We want to know how this bogie does on its own. So that's why it had the jets on top. That's how
my mate Dyatlov, he has jets.
I have cousin. He works at airport. He can get plane parts for you.
My cousin, he works at Aeroflot. He can use his jets.
Just do not take any flight anytime within next month. Maybe while before
I'm just
notice.
imagining, like, what is it? The Tupolev, whatever. It's just like it's on the taxiway. It's on the runway. Just the pilots go to push like the lever, the throttle, and it just doesn't move. Pans out. The jets are gone.
No, I like to imagine it's like the close up, and like you see the pilots through the cockpit, and you're like really close up on the windows. The pilot's like, "What has happened?" And it zooms out, and it's just the cockpit, and the whole plane, the rest of the plane is just a skeleton, Like it's
Kids
been
have cheese in
cannibalized to
Stalingrad.
bits. Oh god, I think this is another maglev
Uh,
train, which this isn't cursed. It's weird looking, but it's not cursed.
the nose on it.
Again,
The
so many maglevs.
the what hovercraft limited? Ooh,
Tracked Hovercraft
ooh.
Limited.
It's on a, why is it on a farm? It looks.
No, that's not a
No,
farm.
that's a barn in the background. Look at that. Oh wait, no.
That's
No,
a
that's a museum.
that's a yeah, that's a an old goods van, and there's a bunch of rolling stock in the background.
This is it's
That's a
this
heritage railway. Are you calling British Heritage Railways a barn? Are you insulting the work so many volunteers are putting into keeping our heritage railways running? Such disrespect from you, Michael.
I'm looking at this train. I'm looking at this hovercraft, and it's this is what Mark Fisher was talking about when like neoliberalism has taken the future away from us. This is this is this is sad. This is
Are you going to start, like, quoting Nastish in a moment?
nice. Yeah. Gaze not into the hovercraft.
God is dead and we have killed him.
The hovercraft is taught. The hovercraft has been taught, and we have killed it.
There are no more trains, only the hovercraft. I did a video on this. This is a fun engine. Dubusquet locomotive. En français.
Omelette du fromage.
America's first monorail line planned for New York.
I wonder how that turned out.
Yeah, any Americans in the chat? How's that monorail looking?
Yeah.
Any updates?
The famous New York monorail.
Also, this seems to be one of those monorails where it hangs to one side. Like you can see, this is the
Oh,
rail
like the
on top.
Wuppertal.
Yeah, it's kind of hooked on.
I love the Wuppertal.
I also don't trust that it looks like the whole carriage is only held by these.
Those things look like those, you know, those machines in freight harbors, and they pick up the containers by the top, and then they move them. It looks like that. I feel if this is okay, if this
feel
was,
like
this is like what 1930. If this was like Popular Mechanics 1942, these little things there would actually lift and lower each individual cart, just like those things at the station for no reason.
Yeah, there's like no, they're not bolted on, they're not like connected. It's just nothing but like a rubber pad and a piston holding
it would be like
this
a claw
carriage up.
game.
I would
A fucking claw game. You know those like.
At one point, like you arrive at the platform, another train comes in, but instead of like the carriage is connected, there's just one of these claws holding a big stuffed bear, and you just look, and the conductor's looking at it with a shocked look on his face, going, "Poor bastards, they didn't make it."
It almost picks up one and then drops it. It's like, oh, these things are rigged.
Could you imagine? Jensen, why are you late for work, boy? Well, you got to understand, sir. The train was delayed. What do you mean the train was delayed? Well, you see, sir, the claw wouldn't grab the carriage.
They're just pumping quarters into a machine somewhere.
In order to operate it, the driver, like the conductor, has to get out. There's like a little machine at the side, and they start like chucking quarters in. And like
That's a bit. No, back a bit. No, come on. No, okay, there. Hit the button. There.
And like the old drivers that have been doing it for years, they can do it first time, but the new drivers, they're like, the railroad company robs them of like a good $3 a day out of their wages.
Oh Lord.
Oh boy.
Exactly.
That's
Vantablack train.
it's Pennsylvania Railroad Black, and
Stealth train. This thing is invisible to radar. They'll never know where we're going.
no, if you want to make it invisible, you paint it bright purple.
They'll never see us coming. The train.
Never see it coming. Hey, let's do like a handful more and we'll be too good. I think All right.
Uh,
Ah,
it's becoming shorter.
I get this one.
The life cycle of a train, but in reverse. We've got mitosis happening here. No,
For
not
anyone,
mitosis.
hold on, Mike.
You go. Yeah,
let me just
I need
send
to
you
think
a
of the thing.
let me just send you a picture real quick so you kind of understand the reference. It's a bullied Q1, but the bodywork on it looked kind of segmented.
Mm.
Give me a sec. I just need to send Mike the picture just so he understands. I need him to understand the joke, chat. You don't get it. Mike needs to understand the
You gotta
joke.
believe me. You gotta understand.
You gotta understand. Because that's the problem with this. On the one hand, it's great having a non-railroad expert here because, the jokes are funnier. But at the same time, he knows jack shit about railroads.
I don't even know what a train is. I've been on a couple, and I still don't even figure it out.
There you go.
Right, let's have a see. Oh, yeah.
So you
It
can
looks like
see,
a telescope.
yeah. So
It
you can see
folds.
if you were to take like the smoke box part off at the front, and the joke is
It
there's a
folds
character.
away for easy storage.
Yeah, if you like took the front and the back and you squeezed it together, they would just telescope into itself.
Oh, that would be
Compact
so
trains.
satisfying.
It would
That
be
would be
so
so
satisfying.
good.
Where we need to go to the National Railway Museum, borrow their Q1, get like just an angle grinder and a welder, and just make it so it can be compacted like that.
Hey, can we fold one of your trains?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
we all live in a yellow submarine.
Mike, no.
Oh yeah.
The
Oh
beat
no, they're watching.
Apple Records are ruthless with the copyright strikes.
Oh
That
boy,
that is a big boy though.
I like him.
On the Rio Grande or Rio Grande, depends how you pronounce it, whether or not you pronounce it the English way or the Spanish way.
I like him. I
Duran
like it.
Duran pronounces it Rio Grande, and who am I to argue with the band that created Hungry Like a Wolf? Central Electric, General
I
Electric,
like it.
sorry. That
This is cool.
if that's meant to be a weird livery, you failed because that really suits
Again,
them.
weird liveries don't work on us because I don't know what liveries are, and ToT doesn't care.
Like this looks nice.
Yeah,
Although
it looks like a nice
it does look
thing.
like it should be like shunting the Polar Express in the North
Yeah, it
Pole.
reminds me of Canadian Pacific Rail. No, Canadian Northern. That's it. Like CN.
That's pretty small, probably the long
Yeah,
livery, but again, I don't hate that.
I like it.
It's not the nicest looking livery, the green and the yellow, because it's a weird shade of green. But
It's like if you have a really weirdly colored cake and you put icing on it.
yeah,
You take a slice of that.
it's like a reverse. No, I was about to say like a reverse Battenberg, but no, like marzipan is like a whitey yellow and Battenbergs are yellow and pink mixed cake. So
Mm.
I do like. I can't tell what that logo is, so I'm just going to pretend it's Marlboro cigarettes.
I was about to say it looks like a cigarette carton.
Oh
Oh,
no!
oh, something's gone wrong. Oh, oh
Uh,
dear. Whoops.
why am I hearing like a sad accordion?
Womp, womp, womp.
Oh god, how did you do this? This must
You,
how?
this looks like, in an animated feature picture where it's a happy little train and he's doing a little dance and he's singing a
Oh,
little song.
if
And
the
it's like
cab,
sort of bending.
yeah,
Yeah,
if the cab wasn't like completely messed up, like you're saying that like the funnel will be wagging left and right, and
exactly.
it would be
Exactly.
it would be like a slinky dog, and it'd be
Yeah,
waddling side to
exactly.
side. It'd be
The,
kind of like it'd be like a strolling cat. Like, you know how cats do that thing where, like, they kind of lift one side higher while walking than the other, like as they're moving.
Exactly.
They kind of like, I can see that. Like a rubber hose animation.
Someone in chat said it's like running, like that gag where the train isn't rolling, it's just like putting its wheels forward like legs.
Yeah, it's like a Looney Tunes sketch where like they pull it in like full forwards and like the wheels like spin forwards and then they just start like scampering like it's running. I love rubber hose animation. It's amazing.
Oh.
I'm not sure the Union Pacific made those.
I had a Christmas ornament like this when I was a kid. I never had a model train proper, but I had a little Christmas ornament that was a Union Pacific. It wasn't this model. It was a Union Pacific Santa Fe, and it was a very nice little Christmas model, and it looked almost exactly like this.
That looks adorable.
I
Oh, did you
like
say
it.
Union Pacific Santa Fe?
Well, it was shaped like it had the sort of like front nosy bit, like where it has like a snout, like a muzzle, and it's like
Like a rounded at the front kind of look.
yeah, rounded at the front, and then the little bit where the crew sits, the little overcab looking thing.
I know what you're on about.
Yeah,
Kind of.
it had Union Pacific on. No, it had Santa Fe on it.
I was about to say
No, it.
Santa Fe and the Santa Fe is a different railroad. Union Pacific is a different railroad. They're just two separate railroad companies.
No way. Chat is going at me. Mike, it's called a car body. Mike. No.
Mike,
You know
it's
what
okay.
I mean.
I didn't know it was called a car body either. Again,
I
not
think
a big
I
fan of
think
diesels. Don't really care for them. That's why I know more about steam engines.
Mike, do you mean an up F7? Are you /S or /J?
Oh, you user lady man. Are you user ladies man 2017? Oh, you user lady man 24417. Where are the glasses? Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's the
Ooh.
Penn Central.
I like this little design over here. Look, oh, that's smart.
It's a Penn Central.
This train would taste like minty chocolate. What did you?
What's the Willy? What is it? Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. The raspberries taste like raspberries. The snozzberries taste like snozzberries. The diesels taste like mint.
Look at it though. This would be so tasty. I want a mint. I had the best sort of like mint. It was okay. No, it was a messy fucking like little baked treat thing, but it was like a chocolate cookie, and then it had mint flavored like whipped cream icing in the middle, and then another chocolate cookie and like a sandwich, and it was the best thing. Oh my god, this would taste exactly like that.
That does
That
sound
would be so
good.
good. Oh, I want one now. I mean, what is it? I got it out in Pasadena, so like, I can't go out and get one. Oh. Anyways,
Right, I think we'll call it an end here.
and on that note,
We'll
me
just
being
look
slightly
at these
sad.
last few. We've got
Wait,
this
wait, 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 wait,
goofy
wait.
ass. This I do want to do a video on. I think this Russian locomotive, but the only
yeah, it's
images
got
of it on the only images I can find on Wikimedia, they're listed as copyrighted and they won't be in the public domain for like another 2 or 3 years. So
It's a hero of the Soviet Union. Look at the star.
use star, use proud communist train, and
Hero
of
of the
course
people.
it's Santa.
The eyes.
It's Santa.
No, Santa, I don't want to.
No, Santa, please, not. I don't want to go to the North. You're going to the North Pole, lad!
Interclaus, please have mercy.
Get on the Polar Express, son. I'm gonna take. You're gonna see some elves. You're gonna have hot chocolate. Tom Hanks is gonna make sure we get there on time.
The nose, it's like an upside down Mickey head.
Yeah, the nose really.
Ugh.
I don't know if it would look better or worse without the nose.
It's the mouth is like, oh. Have you
Oh.
seen that like GPO bit where it's like, oh.
It's also just the fact here. I can't tell if it's. I think the eyes are perfectly round, but because the smoke box is silver, there's a little bit of because of the lighting.
He's got an angry. He's
Yeah,
got an angry eyebrow.
there's a little bit of the smoke box sticking out behind the eye. It's very hard to see, but you can just make out here the eye is perfectly circular. But with the lighting and the silver smoke box, the bit of the smoke box that you can see here and here, combined with the hat, kind of give him a slight frown on the eyes.
He is not happy.
Oi! Oi, oh, I saw that! You picked that up! You picked... No litter in here! I saw you littering. You picked that up. You're going on a naughty list. You got 5 seconds to pick it up. 5? 4. Right, you're going to be like that on the naughty list. Naughty list. Coal for you. Nothing but coal.
I'm just like the phrase "jog on, dickhead" just comes to mind when I'm looking at this.
Oi! Bosswankers! Oh, you want to get on the Polar Express? Oh, you got a golden ticket? You got a golden ticket? Eh? No golden ticket? Jog on, dickhead! Oh, God.
Oh, I love that so much.
Remember, folks, Christmas is coming soon. So...
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
God bless us, everyone.
Do I play the Tugs theme to close us out, or do I play like a Christmas tune now? Because low-key, I'm
hit him with the Christmas.
I gotta do this. Part of me really wants to end this stream by playing Earth, Wind and Fire's September, because it is currently the 21st night of September. But also, I think it would just be so much better if we just play some Christmas. Is that like Christmas Tugs music?
Hit him with like a MIDI rendition of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
You know what? I'm gonna do it.
I've never actually heard Rudolph in a MIDI form.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer MIDI. Here we go. Let's go with this. Rudolph the Red... 102 views. This is clearly gonna be the best one.
Of course.
Oh, this is actually really well made.
Oh.
It's like really soft piano music.
Oh.
Oh, no, there's the MIDI. You hearing this?
I'm not actually. Hold on.
I'm just going to be quiet for a moment so you can hear it through the stream.
Oh, wait.
Oh my... Wow, this is really picking up. Happy September, everyone. Oh my, it's playing over itself. Oh my god, this is abysmal. What have we awoken? Mike, I'm scared.
I swear to God, chat, we didn't plan this.
Oh god, it's over. Oh god.